Keep that, you may.
If you just give me another chance
and $180 million,
I can make this.
At Cornell University, they have an incredible piece of scientific equipment known as the tunneling electron microscope. Now, this microscope is so powerful that by firing electrons, you can actually see images of the atom, the infinitesimally minute building block of our universe. Roger, if I were using that microscope right now, I still wouldn't be able to locate my interest in your problem.
A long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away.
Feel, don't think. Fear is my ally.
The Force will be with you.
We are encouraged to love. Be mindful of your thoughts.
I will not betray the Republic.
Hey, your worship, I'm only trying to help.
Scruffy-looking nerf herder!
I'm not afraid.
You must unlearn what you have learned.
However, I feel... Okay. Okay. Hello. I thought I would get on here and just speak candidly. I hate doing this, but I'm gonna do it. I don't use social media very much anymore. And I'm so happy about that. But there are many folks out there that I want to acknowledge and I want to show appreciation and love and support for. So that's why I'm hopping on here to talk about this, which is that our Star Wars show has been canceled. And I'm gonna be transparent and say that it's not a huge shock for me. Of course, I live in the bubble of my own reality, but for those who aren't aware, there has been a rampage of vitriol that we have faced since the show was even announced, when it was still just a concept and when no one had even seen it. And that's when we started experiencing a rampage of, I would say, hyper-conservative bigotry and vitriol, prejudice, hatred, and hateful language towards us. And this really affected me when I first got the job, because it's just not something, even though I anticipated it happening, it's not something you can fully understand what it feels like until it's happening to you. However, I feel like I've kind of moved through those feelings in various ways, including being vocal about it myself. For me, it just became a situation where there was no option but for me to honor my sense of ethics and my belief system and my value system while being in this very unique position. It was kind of like I had this very unique experience of experiencing the world at large, which is, of course, hyper-divisive right now, through the lens of this very, very unique opportunity of being in Star Wars. And it brought up a lot for me, a lot socio-political dynamics, a lot about my own value system, how I respond to that kind of hatred, how I move through the world at large. And it just became inarguable for me at a certain point that in order to continue to be myself, I would have to honor my value system by being vocal even within the context of working for Disney and working within the large, massive IP that is Star Wars. On that topic, I just have to say it has been an incredible honor and dream for me to be in this universe. It still feels, even though, of course, I'm very sad about the show being canceled, and I'm sad about us not being able to give people who are invested into it more, because I'll just feel a lot of levity and joy around the fact that I got to experience it, and that people loved it, and that people were so responsive. I poured through a lot of different iterations of fan art and ship art and fan theories and things that were just so beautiful and filled my heart with joy. And I just want to let those people know out there who supported us in that way, and supported us vocally despite and in the face of all of the vitriol that we received and the kind of the targeted attack, I would say, we received by the alt-right. Just that you were deeply loved and appreciated, and it made this job all the worthwhile for me, and it made all of the challenging elements of it completely worthwhile for me. And so that, plus my love of sci-fi and fantasy, and being able to be a part of the legacy of something that I so deeply value, and something that means so much to me and I've looked up to for so long. So I also just want to say thank you to Lucasfilm for just being a fucking awesome team. They were so wonderful to work with, and just everybody that I worked with in Lucasfilm, particularly Rain Roberts, my producer, was just had such like vision and hope and like such a mission for what we were going to continue bringing into the sci-fi universe and into the Star Wars universe. And it was a really beautiful, energizing, life-changing experience to be a part of. And I have to thank Leslie Headland, who I just fucking love that bitch. She just, excuse my French, she's just one of the best people in the world. I think she's so incredibly talented and unique and kind, and I'll love her forever, and I love this experience with her forever. But at the end of the day, I also just want to thank everybody who watched it. Thank you for being so loving and supportive and excited and nerdy and awesome, and I'll continue to process this for a long time. But maybe the last thing I want to say on the subject is that we all exist in the context of all in which we live. But I'm serious. It's not lost on me how the way that these events have unfolded is also due to the hyper-divisiveness of the time that we live in, that is driven, I would say at this point, by echo chambers of thought and algorithms that reinforce our biases. And I think that applies to everybody. But I think that in a particular sect of people, it manifests as a lot of fear for what is changing and a lot of hatred for anything that is other. And I would challenge us all, and challenge myself, to continue questioning what it is that I digest, and think critically about what shapes it. And let's vote, y'all. Let's vote. Let's vote. I think that's all I have to say. Wow, this is 10 minutes long. We'll see if I post this. Bye.
So I'm really glad that this spoiled brat decided to come on and rant and rave about the acolyte being canceled and that it was all about racism, sexism, bigotry, homophobia, or whatever the fuck she was talking about. Period. This is what happens when you give people like this access and then they demand an accommodation. This is a generation who cannot deal with criticism. We saw it with Moses Ingram. We saw it with The Last Jedi and even The Force Awakens. They cannot handle being told what you produced sucked because of incompetent handling of the product. So it's the audience's fault we didn't watch it. It's the audience's fault that Disney lost subscribers. It's the audience's fault that Amandla Stenberg is a racist, heterophobic cow who doesn't understand business, period. I wouldn't be saying that if I didn't detect just a huge chip on her shoulder aimed at every white human being on the planet, especially white men. Okay. I wouldn't be here saying that. If she had bowed out and said, yeah, we didn't do a good job, we're sorry, we're bad, we'll take the L, then no one would be upset. But here we are. But I'm also glad she said it because she gave me a topic for a video. So as long as you keep speaking out, Amandla, we'll keep coming back at you. Because you fired the first shot. It was first with your diss track, which apparently pissed audiences so much that it caused a backlash. Wow, I'm shocked. Angry racist rant against fans who don't like your product causes fans to leave Disney Plus in droves. I'm shocked. Not, period. You already were in a bad position. You start screaming at people and calling them names. Who the hell is toxic? It's you. You know, no one said you couldn't be part of this. But the idea that you can come in and start shitting all over the lore and shitting all over the previous fans and then getting upset because we didn't like what you made, it's your fault. Take the criticism like a fucking adult. You little child, you. Okay? No, I'm not being racist. If you were a white girl, yesterday I trashed a white girl. Okay? If you were a white girl, hey, you know, you'd still be getting it big time. And others, because of your mouth. Period. Let's talk more.
When people watch The Hate You Give, what do you want them to walk away with? Because I know everyone has a slightly different feeling.
Well, I mean, white people crying actually was the goal. It was the goal.
So, we have a girl who caused enormous damage to the show she was in by opening her mouth screaming at people who were complaining about it being badly filmed, badly written, just bad as a whole. And now she goes on video, as you saw in the beginning of the video, screaming, ranting, and raving. What to do about it? Ignore her. Okay. Why she's doing this is basically, again, she can't take criticism. So she falls on, you don't like it because I'm black and I'm non-binary or whatever the fuck she calls herself. No, we didn't like it because it was shit. We didn't like it because what was central to the story wasn't a good story. It was a mosaic of activism and bullshit. The same thing happened with TLJ. All right? We didn't like Vice Admiral Gender Studies because she didn't have any place in the Star Wars universe. And shoving misandrist bullshit down our throats, written by a fat, short, white guy. You know, look, what we're dealing with is people's personal peccadillos and issues. Same thing with Leslie Headland. Did you guys know? She did an interview not that long ago where she talked about her issues with her dead father. You think she had issues with her father? Go watch The Acolyte, okay? Go watch The Trasholite. And you'll be like, oh, I get it now, okay? And there's Kathleen Kennedy allowing this crap to continue. If I was the Walt Disney Company, I would go to Amandla Stenberg and I would say, take that shit off of Instagram or wherever she put it up and shut up about it. You have to sign an NDA if you want to get paid. Okay? Because you're causing trouble. And you're making it very easy for us to make the decision to pull the rest of the show off of Disney Plus. You've cost us millions of dollars. You've cost us subscribers. You've caused another big rift in the fandom with your wide open mouth. That's what they need to do, all right? They need to bring a little reality to Little Miss. I'm a victim because they didn't like the show I'm in, and because of what I am and who I am, that's why they didn't like it. No! It was written by somebody with emotionally disturbed issues concerning her father and a bigoted heart towards normal people and white men in particular. Okay, that's why it didn't work. That's why. Okay? And, Amandla, you pointing this out to people, you pointing this out, doesn't help you because we don't have sympathy for your issues anymore because you called us names. This shit's been going on since The Force Awakens. It's time it fucking ended, okay? It's time it fucking ended. Well, the Walt Disney Corporation's shares are in the toilet because of mouths like yours. Shut up. This is Steph, signing out. See you around the galaxy.